Hello, welcome everyone. In today's tutorial, I will be talking about the 3 adjustments levers that are on the side of the Overlock Brother sewing machine 1034D. So come and join me. We will start with the stitch width lever. This lever usually should be at the number 5. But I want you to observe how the upper knife moves when I move the lever. The lower the number, the knife gets closer to the needles. This causes the width of the stitch. So we will start at number 7 so you can see the width of the stitch. And let's sew on a piece of fabric. In this stitch, the knife is further away from the needles. I will show you the result when we're done with this particular function. Now, I will go down to number 6 and sew. And from there, I'll move it down to the last function. That will be the R, and we sew. I didn't stop at number 5 because it's a normal stitch that I will show you in a bit. This shows the difference in the width of each stitch. The number 7 is a wider stitch, while the R is a less wide stitch. And this is because, how I mentioned at the beginning, because the knife moves closer and further away from the needles in each particular number. Now, let's move on to the next lever or dial, which is the stitch length adjustment lever. When we move it to the number 4, the stitch length will be 4 millimeters. This indicates that the machine will sew faster to lengthen the stitch. Now, let's try with number 3 adjustment and sew. We continue with number 2 and sew. Observe how the speed of the machine decreases. And finally, down to the R letter. Observe that the machine is slowed down. And this is because it was reduced to a stitch of 1 or R. Now, let's see the final result. From here to here is stitch number 4. From here to here is number 3. Then from here to here, number 2. And the last one is number 1 or R. And this is a function of the stitch length adjusting dial. Now I will explain the last lever, which is the differential feed ratio adjustment lever. This feature is perfect for stretchy fabric, just like the one I have here, and which I will show you the stitches. It is also very effective on lightweight fabrics that may pucker. Now, let's start with the lowest stitch of 0.7. Let me explain that the machine has 2 sets of feed dogs under the presser foot to move the fabric through the machine. When the lever is at the lowest number, 0.7, the front feed dogs move slower than the rear feed dogs, and this will cause stretching the fabric as it's sewn. This is how the fabric looks. As you see, it's stretched and it's wavy, which indicates that this stitch is ideal for wrinkled fabrics, but not for this one that stretches. Let's move on to number 1. In this number, both front and rear feet move at the same time. This stitch is ideal for normal fabrics, such as shirts, blouses, pants, but not for this particular fabric that stretches. As you see, the waviness of the stitch decreased very little, but it's not the ideal stitch for this fabric. Let's go up to the next point. Here, the bottom feet do not change much in terms of their speed, and as you can see, the fabric still looks slightly wavy. Let's go up to the next point. Here, the front feet will move slightly faster while the back feet begin to slow down. Note that we have found the perfect stitch for this stretchy fabric, as it does not look stretched or gathered. And finally, let's move up to the number 2, which is the last setting. Here, the front feet moves faster than the back feet. This causes the fabric gathering a little. Look at the stitch. As you can see, it's a little bit gathered. The more stretchy the fabric should be adjusted from number 1 to number 2. You should always try with a piece of fabric to find the ideal stitch. I hope this explanation has helped you a lot with these 3 adjustments levers. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Subscribe to my channel if you like sewing tutorials. Like this video, comment below, and share with your friends. I'm Brisa and we'll see you very soon. Bye!